Okay, so now we're going to move on to the third part of the credibility formula, and that is caring. How can patients tell that you truly care? I mean, it can just start off with simply being in the room with them and not being rushed, that you sit there and you're one-on-one with them. You're making direct eye contact with them, not in a creepy stare-down kind of way, but you are locked into what they're saying. You're letting them completely say what they want to say, and that you respond in kind. You don't bowl them over with a bunch of dental jargon. You don't try to show that you're the authority and that you know so much more and that they need to listen to you because you're the doctor. No, they just need to feel like you're a regular person. And of course, you still have the authority of being Dr. So-and-so, but they need to feel like, yeah, they can connect with you. And the way to best do that, or at least get that off to a good start, is to just simply listen and smile and engage with them. And you can be social with them. You don't have to spend there and spend a lot of time talking about the latest fishing trip or whatever. You can be nice and be social with them and not just be clinical and down to business. Recently I went in as a patient to a foot doctor, and I know this guy, and I've seen him before outside of work, outside of me being a patient of his. And he came in because I was having some issue, and he just came right in a rushed kind of way and says, "Oh, hey, how you doing? So what brings you in? What's going on today? What can I help you with?" And that was it. I mean, within 10 seconds, he just jumped right into how can I help you? And I almost felt like I was somewhat of a nuisance or an interruption, like I was some problem that he had to just get taken care of, just another person on his schedule that he had to kind of work through. Didn't really feel that comforting, and I don't know if I'm going to go back, even though I kind of like the guy. I just felt like, wow, that was not really the best kind of customer service interaction that I've ever had. And he didn't seem like he cared. Like, he had good information, but it just didn't seem like he cared all that much. He just seemed kind of rushed, and it just didn't seem like it was the best customer service interaction I've ever had. And I don't know if I'm ever going to really go back. And that's kind of harsh because I know this guy. I've seen him before, but yet it just takes one instance where I felt kind of blown off, and now I'm starting to feel like I might leave. Your patients are kind of the same way. When you're there, you have to be on. I'm not asking you to fake it, but you just have to be consciously aware that again, I get a sense from you that you actually care about not just their dental problem, but about them as well. Other things you can do that kind of demonstrate caring, giving them post-op calls. I've heard this, of course, throughout the years. I'm sure you've seen this on several practice building type of seminars or things you've read. Yeah, call all your patients. Well, for years I used to give that to my staff. Say, hey, my assistant, my front desk, my treatment coordinator, let them call because I don't want to deal with that. And that was fine. It's better than nothing, but it really is best when it's coming from the doctor themselves, when they're calling. Now, I've heard some go as far as say every patient gets a call, or every patient that got a shot gets a call. And, they print out the day sheet and they call on their way home. I don't do that. What I do is the next day, that's when I give them a call. And I really only give the people a call who had something major that was done. If they were in for a root canal or a crown or an extraction or we seeded a big veneer case, I want to give those people a call. If someone just came in for a filling, I guess ideally I should call them. I just don't. I just call kind of the big stuff. And they all appreciate it. And just as a side note, not only do they appreciate the call and they can see that you care, it's kind of a little marketing hack as well. Because when I call and ask them, hey, just so-and-so, this is Brad Revering, your dentist. Just calling to see how everything went yesterday and how you're feeling today. And they say, wow, gosh, I was really surprised that you called. Thanks for checking in on me. I forgot I was even wearing anything. I mean, that temporary feels really good. You're the best. I mean, this is really a good crown. They said that unprompted. I just asked them how they were doing, and they go on to tell me about how awesome the dental work was, and then sometimes they even say how awesome I am. Now, what they just did is they just verbally confirmed to themselves that they made the right choice, and how likely are they going to be in the future to continue to do good work, because they just admitted to themselves that, yeah, I do good work. And they can do the same thing for you as well. And if they ever somehow that conversation comes up or someone's looking for a dentist, they'll be more than happy, more than eager to give out your name because they already agree that you're the person to see. So giving post-op calls goes a long way towards showing patients that you care. Also, can you just make the patient feel comfortable? Something real simple. The headrest can be adjusted. Some of our elderly patients, their head doesn't go back very far. And so taking that headrest and moving it forward. that helps a lot. So many times I walked into the room and my assistants didn't catch it, or my hygienists. Sometimes it's usually my assistants, but I walk in and I see it like kind of straining, and I walk in and say, oh, hey, let me adjust that headrest real quick. And I ratchet it up 1 or 2 notches, and they go, oh my gosh, that feels so much better. Thank you. That has nothing to do with dentistry. That just has to do with caring about another human being, about something very simple. I know if I was in that position, I certainly wouldn't want to be with my head strained all the way back, so something like that. And of course, offering pillows or blankets or having the TV or anything else you can do, plug in their phone to charge. I mean, these are all just some kind of extra frilly things, if you will, to kind of make the patient's visit more comfortable. But if you show an active interest in making them feel comfortable, they're going to see that you actually care. Here's one thing you can do. Virtual consults. It's I have a whole other post on how to do a virtual consult, but this is something, it's almost kind of marketing / caring. It's so many different things wrapped into one. But when you put together patients, they get all their information, their x-rays, their photographs, and you can load it in and into the computer and then create a video from that. It's very quick. I mean, you can make a 2 to 3 minute video like in no time at all. You send that to the patient, they're going to see this as, wow, this doctor really cares. I mean, they're going through all this different treatment. They can watch it right there on their phone, or of course they can watch it on their computer. But they can pull this video up, and it just kind of helps them think to themselves, wow, this person really knows what they're doing. I mean, it does kind of play into the whole competency thing as well, but when they get this video, they can definitely tell that you care because you did something above and beyond their visit. You know, a lot of times a doctor's visit, they think they came in at 9, they left at 9:30, that was their visit, done. They probably just think that you as the dentist, the doctor thinks like you're just done. Well, when they see that after they left, you went ahead and did something more for them and for their case, and you put together this video, they see that as you caring or going that extra mile, and so that also helps it make it look like you're really caring. And by the way, you really should be caring, but I'm just saying these are things that they can feel like you're caring. So one last hack, and that is when things are taking longer in the treatment room. Okay, if you're in the middle of, let's just say, seating a crown, you're trying to get the occlusion right, or you're trying to get the contacts just so, and it seems like this appointment's dragging on a little bit longer than it should. One of the things you can do is to tell the patients, you know what, hey, I'm sorry, this is taking a little bit longer, but I want to make sure that this thing is perfect for you. I mean, you're going to have this crown for many, many, many years, so I want to make sure it's perfect. And they will go, oh, wow, yeah, of course, by all means, doc, take your time. This is, yeah, whatever you need. And so they give you a little bit of grace to do do the work you need to do instead of getting frustrated. If you can acknowledge that this is taking longer, but the reason why it's taking longer is because you want it to be perfect, they can see that you're a person who cares about the quality of their work. You know, if you tell them, I'm gonna put my name on this product, I wanna make sure it lasts, they're gonna feel very comfortable that you're caring enough to do that extra thing or go that extra mile to make sure they get a good clinical outcome. So all these different things put together makes up that element of caring. Again, this is the the credibility formula, and it involves competency, caring, and honesty. Those 3 things together will make that whole thing of credibility come together for your office and for you in particular, so that you can take your career and your patient base and your practice and move it up as far as you want. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks.